Ladies and gentlemen, we'll begin shortly in about 10 minutes, so please take your seat. Thank you.
Back in mid-1950s, Thailand was a very different country than it is today. In the past, 90% of the population lived in the countryside, while the mortality rate of the Thai population was around 50 years of age. Back then, modern medicine made it possible for many more children to survive and for people to live longer. While fewer people died, however, other people continued to have an average 6 children as before. The result was the rapid population growth that adversely affected the country's development efforts. From this, family planning became a national undertaking, championed by the National Research Council, as well as government, civil society organizations, and the international community. By 1964, the Ministry of Health had delivered the first national family planning program, while in 1972, the United Nations Population Fund, or UNFPA Thailand, was established. By the early 1990s, the average number of children for each woman in Thailand had reduced from 6 to 2.2. The result was beyond expectations, and Thailand impressed the world tremendously with this success. Since Thailand and UNFPA launched their cooperation, Thailand's prominent success in the social development could be seen in its policies for population and health. In 2010, Thailand led a population and housing census that counts everyone, including foreign residents and migrant workers. In 2017, Thailand works with UNFPA to propose a long-term and race-based population policy to ensure the country to achieve a sustainable development that leaves no one behind. In terms of health, Thailand succeeded in providing the comprehensive maternal health, leading to a drastic decrease in the maternal mortality ratio from 115 per 100,000 live births in 1980 to 20 per 100,000 live births in 2015, and the higher awareness to prevent the mother-to-child transmission of HIV. This success prompts other developing countries to request Thailand's experience and expertise in supporting a safe motherhood in their country through the South-South Cooperation Framework. In the recent decades, Thailand and UNFPA has partnered in the South-South cooperation. Through this instrument, Thailand and UNFPA support many developing countries in the areas of maternal health, family planning, HIV/AIDS, and population and development. Although Thailand has achieved great success in maternal health, there are other challenges waiting for supports from all sectors. The challenges are the aging society, low fertility, and yet the very high number of the adolescent pregnancies. In 2016, UNFPA support to Thailand has resulted in the enactment of the Act for Prevention and Solution of the Adolescent Pregnancy Problem. The Act will ensure the adolescent to enjoy the sexual and reproductive health and rights. In the coming decade, aging society and low fertility become the challenges for Thailand. UNFPA stands with Thailand to overcome these challenges and to share its success to ensure the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals within 2030 here in Thailand and around the world.
Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Excellencies, the Ambassadors of the Philippines, Mongolia, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Nigeria, Egypt, and Brazil to Thailand, Ms. Deirdre Boyd, UN Resident Coordinator and Representative for UNFPA Thailand Country Office, Ms. Marcela Suazo, UNFPA Country Director, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon and welcome to the 4th TICA Connect under the theme 5 Decades of Thailand and UNFPA Partnership, Advancing Towards Sustainable Development Goals. This event is co-organized by the Thailand International Cooperation Agency, or TICA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Thailand, and the United Nations Population Fund, or UNFPA. The objective of this event is to showcase and share feature aspects of Thailand and UNFPA's successful partnership with a focus on population development, which have entered into its fifth decade. My name is Supawi Suwaprichapat, Development Cooperation Officer from TICA, and I will be your MC for today. This afternoon will be divided into 3 sessions. The first will be the opening ceremony, where we will hear the remarks from representatives of TICA and UNFPA, and the opening remarks by the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Thailand. And the second session will be the panel discussion on the topic Development of Thailand, from recipient to global partner of UNFPA. And lastly, the third session will be the launching ceremony of the UNFPA Thailand Solution Network on making motherhood safer. And at the end of the event, you will all be invited to stay and view the exhibition and also enjoy our refreshments. And without further ado, may I invite the Director General of Thailand International Cooperation Agency, Mrs. Supatrasi Maitri Pitak, to deliver her remarks.
Your Excellency Mr. Virasak Phutagun, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Thailand, Mrs. Marcela Suaso, UNFPA Country Director for Thailand, Ms. Deirdre Boy, UN Resident Coordinator and Representative for UNFPA Thailand Country Office, Excellencies, distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me, on behalf of the Thailand International Cooperation Agency, or TICA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to welcome you, all of distinguished guests, to this special event, the 4th TICA Connect, with UNFPA, under the theme 5 Decades of Thailand and UNFPA Partnership, Advancing Towards Sustainable Development Goals. Allow me to recall the success of close partnership between Thailand and our development partners in co-organizing the past TICA Connect events, namely the second TICA Connect with GIZ of Germany in January 2017, and the third TICA Connect with JICA of Japan in September 2017. This brought us to today's event with the 4th of its kind. TICA Connect aims to highlight development cooperation and promote development models in areas that Thailand has expertise and best practices with development partners and international organizations. Apart from partnership with countries as development partners, Thailand has also collaborated with other international organizations under the UN auspice, particularly under the United Nations Partnership Framework, or UNPAF, which is presently under the cycle between 2017 to 2021, aiming to achieve 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development through Sustainable Development Goals. For decades, Thailand has become increasingly recognized as a regional hub in Asia and the Pacific for learning and exchanging knowledge and practices and experiences, in particular on health-related issues. Thailand-based knowledge and expertise has been tailored to the needs and demands that can be applied to other countries in the region. At the same time, as a global facilitator on population issues, UNFPA works contribute to ensure systematic and sustainable implementation of the International Conference on Population and Development or ICPD agenda in any related emerging population issues. The ICPD places importance to human rights and the well-being of the people, explicitly at the center of all population and sustainable development activities. With the emphasis on health, education, and empowerment of women, ICPD endorses an approach to reproductive health care that meets family planning needs as part of a broader health package, which also includes prenatal and postnatal care, safe delivery, sexual health, and related health issues for youth and adolescents. The challenges and unmet ICPD goals and targets will need our collaborative effort to sustain the progress on population and development, especially in the context of SDGs. Distinguished guests, participants, TICA and UNFPA have long played a vital role in providing technical assistance to countries in the region in the past decades. We start our collaboration under South-South Cooperation Framework by providing opportunities and platforms for capacity building in the form of training courses on maternal health and population and development issues to more than 20 partner countries. The cooperation has been accelerated in the past 10 years with the UNFPA country program and the UNPAF at its 11th cycle 2017 to 2021. From individual capacity development training and study visits that benefited only a few and whose impact was hard to assess, we shift our focus to institutional building, strengthening, and global development partnership to synergize South-South and trilateral cooperation, like our project in Bhutan and Lao PDR on Safe Motherhood project, where all stakeholders from policymakers to practitioners, trainers, trainees were fully involved in all processes. After completing the projects, the key institutions worked to improve its service and training programs for health personnel. Midwife students use the technology and knowledge transfer to improve health services systems. All these efforts would not have been possible without a strong partnership and commitment from UNFPA. Distinguished guests and participants, the establishment of TICA in 2004 is a clear testimony to Thailand's commitment towards South-South and triangular cooperation. Thailand believes that revitalizing global partnership as indicated in SDG 17 is the key to the achievement of the goals. The work between Thailand and UNFPA is one example of such partnership which deserves recognition at today's event. We also hope that today's event will create opportunity to explore more ways and means to strengthening the existing partnership to a new height, benefiting to our planet, people, peace, and prosperity. I would like to express my thanks to distinguished guests and participants for joining us at today's event. And many thanks go to UNFPA team and TICA colleagues to make this event possible. I would like to quote a poem by Mr. John Mbiti, a Kenyan poet, to reflect our partnership today and beyond, saying that I am because we are, since we are, therefore I am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Director General. And next speaker, may I invite the UNFPA Country Director for Thailand, Ms. Marcela Suaso, onto the stage to deliver her remarks on TICA and UNFPA partnership.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency, Kun Virasat Futrakul, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Thailand, Kun Supatra Sri Maitripatak, Director General of Thailand International Cooperation Agency, TICA, Madame Deidre Boyd, Resident Coordinator of the United Nations and UNFPA representative, honorable guests from ministries, academic institutions, excellencies, diplomats, friends from the civil society organizations, youth leaders, private sector partners, media organizations, ladies and gentlemen. Thailand and the United Nations Population Fund started their collaboration many years ago, since 1972. So it's now entering its 5th decade of partnership. Thailand's commitment to sustainable development goes further than most. For over 60 years, the country's vision has been guided by that of a great king and his realization in the potential of sustainable development through his sufficiency economy philosophy. As said by His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, we should, open quotations, we should then embark on the next steps by pursuing more advanced levels of economic development, close quotations. These efforts clearly demonstrate Thailand's commitment as an upper middle income country, not only to becoming an economically developed country, but also an equally and sustainable society. UNFPA has always been committed along these 5 decades to support Thailand's efforts to achieve the goals contained in the Plan of Action of the International Conference of Population and Development. In fact, the ICPD centers the key to development around the human person. During these years, our support has concentrated around sexual and reproductive health, population and development, family planning, gender equality, human rights, and sustainable development. Thailand, as a good example of a global development partner, has demonstrated the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals, including the reduction of maternal mortality ratio, the mother-to-child transmission, HIV transmission, and the universal health coverage. All through 47 years, Thailand's rich experience in reproductive health, especially in maternal health, has become a good practice for many other countries in the developing world to use as a reference in their own efforts to reduce maternal mortality. With its tremendous success in maternal mortality reduction, Thailand has received more than 500 requests from various countries around the world to support them to achieve their target in their health and population and development programs. In this regard, Thailand has not only provided the technical support, but it has significantly contributed various resources to ensure that their partner countries receive the quality support. UNFPA has been honored to be trusted to work with Thailand to provide such support to other partner countries. In this light, I would like to express my appreciation to the Royal Thai government for its goodwill and for ardor to share its remarkable achievements in maternal health to other developing countries. Your decided commitment has led to the initiative to establish the Solution Network on Safe Motherhood through the South-South cooperation to end the preventable causes of maternal death. This goal is one of the 3 transformative results UNFPA is committed to achieve by 2030. Together with Thailand, we must continue working towards a rights-based advocacy, the strategic media engagement, and the private sector partnership to advance the development work not only in Thailand, but also in other developing countries through the South-South Cooperation Network. In this matter, Thailand and other global development partners, including UNFPA, are to achieve the 2030 Agenda for the Sustainable Development, agreed by all the countries in the world. Moving forward, today, UNFPA is calling stakeholders across all sectors, including all of you, here today, not to cease in supporting our work by initiating new actions, motivating innovation, and working together as partners for development. Entering the 5th decade of the partnership with Thailand, UNFPA is eager to advance the rights and potential of all young people in Thailand through the human capital development. We all know that the potential of the young people is limitless. It is crucial that the youth in Thailand have a role in shaping and determining how the Thai society would be in the next 15 years from now, in preparation for the upcoming and exponentially advanced technological world of the future. The right investments today are the best way to prepare for maintaining a competitive trend in a rapidly aging society. UNFPA stands committed and ready to support Thailand in its investment in sexual and reproductive health for the young people as the underlying factor for them to fulfill their potentials and define the life cycle approach to an aging society. We look forward to our partnership that we will also be able to share these new Thailand's good practices in these and other issues with other countries facing similar challenges to this framework of South-South cooperation. To finalize, in the coming decades, UNFPA pledges to walk and work hand in hand with Thailand and other global development partners in this path to achieve the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, ensuring that no one is left behind here in Thailand, but also in the rest of the world. I thank you very much for your attention. Kukum Ka.
Thank you very much, Madam Suwaso, the UNFPA Country Director for Thailand. And for our next speaker, it is a great honor and pleasure to have with us today His Excellency Mr. Veerasak Phutragun, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Thailand, may I invite His Excellency to the stage to deliver the opening remarks of the 4th TICA Connect. Your Excellency, please.
สวัสดีครับ Good afternoon. Madam Deirdre Boyd, UN Resident Coordinator and Representative for UNFPA Thailand Country Office, Madam Marcella Suazo, UNFPA Country Director for Thailand, Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and pleasure for me to welcome all of you to the 4th TICA Connect under the theme 5 Decades of Thailand and UNFPA Partnership, advancing towards the Sustainable Development Goals or SDG. This is indeed a fitting moment to celebrate 47 years of Thailand's partnership with the United Nations Population Fund, whose developmental work can best be described as anything about people. 18 years ago, the Millennium Development Goals or MDGs were adopted, providing us with an important framework and targets for development. While significant progress has been made in many areas, health-related targets, particularly those regarding maternal, newborn, child health, and reproductive health, have yet to be achieved. With the adoption of the Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs in 2015, we recommitted ourselves to nourish our people from their birth with more sustainable, focused, and scale-up solutions and assistance to complete this unfinished business, and particularly in reaching out to those most vulnerable in our societies. This is important as we'll have to grapple with the challenge of population or demographic change. It is an issue that has to be addressed both at the global and national levels, and one that needs to be taken into account and mainstream into our national developmental policies. For Thailand, we have been doing our part domestically and internationally to invest in people of all age groups, as we believe they are the essential driving force of national development. All of Thailand's long-term development plans, be it our 20-year National Strategic Plan, our 20-year Population Development Plan, or our 12th National Economic and Social Development Plan, underscore the importance of human capital development as the key driver of our national economic growth. As a reflection of our efforts to localize the SDGs under the Goal 3, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages, Thailand's 20-year National Strategic Framework on Healthcare and the 12th National Health Development Plan 2017 to 2021 also emphasizes the promotion of a healthy livelihood among the Thai people, minimizing disparities in the country's public health system and enhancing the efficiency of health personnel management and good governance in the public health sector. In 2002, a few years after the adoption of the MDGs, Thailand introduced Universal Health Coverage, or UHC, to ensure equitable access to quality health care and services and health security to all Thais. UHC has been a crucial factor in the improvement of healthcare services in Thailand, with the current coverage standing at 99%. At the same time, we have also attached importance to preventive medicine and have successfully reduced maternal and neonatal mortality rates to well below the global targets at 99.6% of birth attended by skilled health personnel. Ladies and gentlemen, all countries can use a helping hand. Of the 17 SDGs, goal number 17, the Global Partnership for Sustainable Development, may therefore be the most important, as it could support our efforts to achieve all the other goals and targets. Here, Thailand and UNFPA have since 1972 been playing an active role in providing technical assistance to other countries, particularly those in the Asia-Pacific region. During this time, we have provided approximately 1,000 courses covering a wide range of issues, from maternal health to population and development to more than 20 partner countries, particularly during the past decade under UNFPA country program, which is now in its 11th cycle. Through the Thailand International Cooperation Agency, or TICA, this spirit of cooperation has been synergized through various initiatives, including through trilateral partnership with Bhutan and Lao PDR on such issues as safe motherhood. Thailand also values the work done by the UNFPA in providing policy advocacy, enhancing the capacity of our institutions, and scaling up of South-South and triangular cooperation initiatives to promote the SDGs and population and development agenda over the past 5 decades. Cooperation with UNFPA represents a unique opportunity for us to accumulate and share our best practices, leading to cost-effective, sustainable, and innovative solutions on this issue. The launch of the UNFPA Thailand Solution Network on making motherhood safer later this afternoon will mark another important milestone in TICA UNFPA's global partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, a key factor in the success of Thailand's public health sector has been the inspiration we derive from His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej, Sufficiency Economy Philosophy, or SEP. The SEP is Thailand's homegrown approach to development and to life, in promoting a thinking process based on moderation, reasonableness, and prudent decision-making. The SEP seeks to build resilience to cope with change and better manage risks. The SEP calls for communities to work together in harmony and for common benefits, which is indeed the definition of partnerships. By applying the SEP, the Ministry of Public Health has implemented holistic action plans focusing on prevention over profit, with a view to developing the quality of health services based on virtue and up-to-date knowledge for our citizens, including maternal health care policy to ensure quality pregnancy. At the community level, knowledge sharing on pregnancy, pre- or post-delivery process, with the participation of pregnant mothers and other members of the community, has helped reduce significantly mortality rates in the rural areas. In this connection, Thailand has been sharing some of our best practices in various sectors based on the application of the SEP with our friends around the world under Thailand's initiative of SEP for SDG partnership. This initiative is in line with our policy to further promote South-South and triangular cooperation through exchanges of resources, technology, and knowledge to ensure that no one is left behind. Achieving the SDGs requires commitment and strong partnerships. It also requires multi-stakeholder efforts, both within, across countries and regions. While we value the strong partnership with UNFPA and the continuing support from other partners under the UNFPA Thailand Solutions Network on making motherhood safer, we also look forward to working with new partners to further enhance maternal and child health and population and development agenda. I therefore hope that this year's TICA Connect will not only be a platform for discussions and exchanges of views, but also an opportunity to strengthen further cooperation with the current and new partners with a view to achieving together the SDGs through partnership for the benefit of all peoples. On this note, I now have the honor of declaring open the 4th TICA Connect. I wish you all the best in your deliberation as well as productive and pleasant stay in Thailand. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ
Thank you very much, Deputy Foreign Minister, and please stay on the stage. At this time, I would like to invite Madam Director General, Mrs. Supatra Sri Maitri Pitak, and Ms. Marcella Suwaso, Country Director of UNFPA Thailand, and Ms. Deirdre Boyd, UN Resident Coordinator and Representative for UNFPA Thailand Country Office, to join His Excellency on the stage for an honorable moment of the opening ceremony. for this particular occasion, all of us here are pleased to be a part of this special moment. To mark the opening, may I kindly request the Deputy Foreign Minister and Ms. Suaso to please place your hands on the tablets in front of you. Marks the opening of the fourth TICA Connect 5 Decades of Thailand and UNFPA partnership advancing towards sustainable development goals. Thank you very much. Please remain on the stage for a group photo. Much, Excellency, the Deputy Foreign Minister and Madam Director General of TICA, Ms. Deirdre Boyd, UN Resident Coordinator and Representative of UNFPA Thailand Country Office, and Ms. Marcela Suaso, UNFPA Country Director for Thailand. And as we are rearranging the stage for the next session, which will be a panel discussion, may I request the participants to remain seated, please. Thank you. And the next session of today's event will be a panel discussion on the topic Development of Thailand from recipient to global partner of UNFPA. May I invite the panelists and the moderator to the stage, please. Today we are honored to welcome a panel full of experts, which includes Mrs. Sasiporn Wongwirachotki, the Deputy Director General of TICA, Dr. Kittipong Sajeng, the Director of the Bureau of Reproductive Health, Department of Health, Ministry of Public Health, Dr. Sorapok Kiatpongsarn, Assistant President for Research and Innovations, Chulalongkorn University, and finally, Ms. Natha Gomonwatin from the Thai PBS, who will be the moderator for this session. And from now on, I would like to give this session to the moderator and the panelists. Ms. Natha, please.
สวัสดีค่ะ Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, I'm Natha Gomonwatin from Thai PBS. I'm very honored to be moderator of this very important panel discussion to share experience and knowledge from the expert from Thailand. As you have heard of successful stories of best practice from TICA and UNFPA in working in tandem in the past at least 40 years to promote maternal health, population and development program. And as you have heard, that Thailand have got more than 500 requests to share expertise with other countries, and that is very important in promoting South-South cooperation. And today we will hear more story in detail from three experts. The first one is Mrs. Sasitorn Wongvirachotgit, Deputy Director General of TICA, Dr. Kittipong Saejeng, Director of the Bureau of Reproductive Health, Department of Health, Ministry of Public Health, and Dr. Sorapop Kietpongsan, Department of Obstetrics Gynecology, Faculty of Medicine, Chulalongkorn University. In order to look forward, we need to look back. What's the best practice that Thailand have done so that we have got more than 500 requests? I want to hear it myself. So let's first hear some few words and story, direct story from Mrs. Sasitorn, Deputy Director General of TICA, the best practice from Thailand, what you can share with us the past success story of TICA in working with UNFPA.
Thank you, Kณะ. I have to say that UNFPA has been our partner in development cooperation for decades, and we share the same goal in helping developing countries to which already still backward from from off track from the Millennium Development Goals 18 years ago in the areas of the reproductive health. And in the past years, Thailand has gained recognition on its advancement in many areas regarding the reproductive health, and we started to extend our cooperation to provide assistance to other developing countries, especially in this region since 1972. And at that time, many demands from many countries seek technical support from TICA, and also want us to share our best practice and help them. And from this demand increasing, so we have to manage with this demand. So we cooperate with the UNFPA, and in 2008, TICA conducted the country in this assessment in the region to collect and gather the information on demand side and to identify what our partner countries need from Thailand. And after that, we set the training topics. And this is the point that our trilateral cooperation with UNFPA began. We jointly organized the training course in several topics, and by inviting the developing countries to attend the training course in Thailand. But we have done that for about 3 or 4 years, and we found that this is very difficult to assess the impact. And so we try to do something more tangible impact, and then we come up with the change in our trilateral cooperation by do it in the more program approach base. So we designed the trilateral cooperation in like a 3-year project plan, and we have done already from now until today 2 cases. First, we do the project on making motherhood safer for Bhutan during the year 2012 to 2014. And the second one is to strengthening the midwifery educators and institutions during the year 2015-2017. And I would like to talk about the process that we do the trilateral cooperation. It begins with the needs assessment, and fact-finding. We formed the technical Thai expert to do the specific needs, to identify the specific needs, and from these needs, we developed the project to do with these two countries. So we identify in the 3-year project, such as the study visit for both policymaker level and practitioner level, and also we designed the in-service training for the health personnel. And after 3 years of the implementation phase, in the last year or the 3rd year, we formed the evaluation team to see whether they can make use of our knowledge and to apply to their works. And the whole process was managed and coordinated by TICA and facilitated by UNFPA Thailand country office and also UNFPA country office in partner countries. And allow me to spend some minutes talking about the TICA key success factors in ensuring the best results of the development cooperation. We put greater importance on 3 C's, which are coherence, coordination, and complementarity. The coherent that we should run the partner countries, we should align with the partner country policy and strategy so we can enable the tangible result. The second C is the coordination. We have to involve all stakeholders at all levels, which are the local level, national level, regional and global level. We have to make sure that there is no missing between each level. And so I think this is a crucial step that we will attain their ownership and ensure sustainable development goals. The third C is a complementarity. What we are doing and share with others will not be duplicated, but have to add value or complement each other. So I would like to conclude here that the trilateral cooperation partnership with UNFPA align with these 3 C, and this is, I think, the success story of our cooperation with UNFPA.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Sasitorn. One aspect that I got to know about the program providing by TICA is the cooperation with Bhutan, because Thai PBS has been invited to send a reporter to cover. Perhaps you can share a bit more with us the impression you have got, because you also joined in that trip, you travel in that trip with our reporter as well. And the impression that my reporter told me, it's about changing attitude of husbands in Bhutan. During the maternal health, can you elaborate more?
That's one activity that we designed for our partner countries, for Bhutan. We allow like a husband to be beside with his wife when every time they went to see the doctor, and also before the laboring, the husband have a chance to be with his wife, and we teach them to make his wife for relaxing.
Yes.
Yeah, and what impressed me is that during the needs assessment, the last day of the mission, we asked Bhutanese side to convene like a wrap-up meeting. And in that meeting, all stakeholders attend the meeting. And after the meeting, it come up with a very concrete needs that they want to develop, and want to seek the technical support from Thailand. That shows the readiness, eagerness, and also we can be sure that this kind can bring the ownership and also make the project sustain.
I'm sure this kind of knowledge has increased body of knowledge of TICA as well in order to pursuing this kind of cooperation with other countries.
Yes, every time we have a program or project like this, it's like a learning process. We learn a lot from UNFPA also.
Yes. Dr. Kittipong, you are also working closely with TICA from the capacity of Ministry of Public Health. What's the success story you can share with us, best practice from Thailand?
Thank you. For the success story of Thailand on population development, that cooperation with UNFPA, I can select some example. For example, in 1970, the Thai government adopted the national population policy. Can say that at that time is the first policy on population, and and after that have set up a national family planning program and also national family planning program committee to implement family planning and also have a success, have a great achievement. For example, can increase the CPR contraceptive prevalence rate increase from 20 to 80% up to now, and also decrease the TFR from 6 to 1.5. And now we also still face with the low fertility and also the aging society. In 1994, after the ICPD in International Conference on Population Development in Cairo, after the meeting, Thailand also have focused not only in population development, not only family planning, but also have to focus on reproductive health. And we also talk or discuss about the quality, and UNFPA and Thailand also put the national reproductive health development policy and strategy, and the second policy have been approved by the cabinet last year. This policy focus on Thai government has the policy to promote and support birth to be desirable, safe, and good quality of child development. And also last 2 years also push the legislation on the prevention of and solution to adolescent pregnancy. This can say that show the success of the cooperation between Thailand and UNFPA, and I can conclude that the key achievement are that we have a national and government policy and have an organization and management system, and also have a national strategy and also international collaboration and support, both in financial and also technical support. Thank you.
To look back in the past 40 years until now, can we say that Thailand is too successful in terms of family planning?
Yeah, can say that, yes.
And what else we should do, because we have to transfer this body of knowledge to other countries as well. If you think, because I asked you and you said perhaps you are too successful, what's the warning or what's the lesson learned for other countries from the success story from Thailand?
For family planning, for me, I think the important that I have already mentioned that the national or the cabinet or the government policy very important, and also we have to set up the committee or yes to implement the policy and have a monitoring evaluation also.
That has to be going in tandem, implementation and monitoring at the same time. Dr. Sorapop, as you have heard the best practice from Kun Sasithorn and Dr. Gittipong, right now we are facing challenges ahead. We cannot count on too much from success story, but challenge must be lying ahead for Thailand in terms of family planning, birth control, maternal health. What's your view on this challenge and what we should do more from Thailand perspective?
Thank you, Kun Natha, and thank you both Kun Sasithorn and Dr. Gittipong here. So let me first, because in 1972, right, I was not born yet. So this great story, like ahead of myself, I still not an embryo yet. And I would say that I like to congratulate TICA, UNFPA, the Ministry of Public Health, and many other parties that came together, right, and make this happen. And I think it's not bad to be an overachiever. I think that's good. But I think that we should give it a pause and then rethink about this is, I think we do believe in the basic human right. And we're talking about people and talking about family, right? The very basic thing would be people should have an ability to choose whether they want to have a family or not. Family here meaning that forming a family unit, right? Whether to have a child or children, right? How many of them that they want to have and when they would want them, right? Again, in 1972, the issue at hand might be very different from what we have today. At that time, we have probably 5, 6, even 7 children per family, right? From what I heard as a very successful campaign was tying reproduction, having a children with poverty. And I think in Thai, you might still remember the quote, the thing called มีลูกมากจะยากจน That means, oh, you should not have more kids because that would get you into poverty, right? Now with the very successful overachievement on contraception and family planning down from 6, 7 children per family. Now we have only 1.5 or even 1 in Bangkok here, right? So we turn from overachiever now to be a very low number of children. And this worry a lot of people, right? It worry the government. The government would think, oh, now we're getting into the aging society, so who would be taking care of the elderly? We need to compete globally in terms of economic development. So who's going to work? Who's going to pay tax, right? In terms of pension and social security and things. And you might heard lately that university as well struggle because they could not fill in the spot because there was no children to get into school and university. So it's kind of a problem here. But if we look a little bit further into why this is happening now, it's because of the success, really, because women now going through childbirth and not facing death, right? Because of reduced maternal mortality and less infant death. So now they don't have to have spare children because they can be sure that the children that they see today would grow up later on. Women participate more in higher education and also in labor market. That means they need to balance between work and family life. And instead of a natural, simple thing, a default mode, now I grow up, I get to school, graduate from university, get married, having a child, and then work and work and work, and then get retired. Now they have to decide, is it a good idea to get married? It's quite costly, right? It is a good idea to have a child. They have to put on the Excel spreadsheet or calculator to think, 18 year or 20 something year from now, do we have enough budget or thing to take care of a child? So it's more of a economic thing at the moment. It's not just a simple thing that people just do without thinking too much. And also, if you're looking into this kind of gender equality issue here, with one of the SDG target, people go out and work, right, men and women, but when they come back home, in the Asian culture, we still believe or prefer that women seem to be the one who taking care, in charge of things at home. So this would put women in a kind of difficult situation that they have to work, be the breadwinner as well, but come back home and then taking care of the children, the family stuff. So not easy to do. This is why people tend to have lower number of children now. So it's just a tip of the iceberg showing that our environment, our society is not enabling them to be able to have the child they want. Not include some biological like health issues, something like infertility that in many other countries they acknowledge infertility or difficulty in having a child to be a disease process. So the government putting in funding and structure to support. In Thailand, they have to go on their vacation time to seek help and get treatment. And many other governments looking into this low fertility as a national agenda and allowing many mechanisms and things to help. So my quick summary here would be, I think we achieved a lot, and not bad at all again to be an overachiever, but with the changing landscape, changing context that we facing, I think what we have done so far might not be the only strategy that we should go forward, right? Contraception would not help low fertility society. Contraception would not help infertile couple to have a child. So just for this round, I think might be enough to get the conversation going.
Yes. Clearly, 40 years on, we are now facing different contexts, different challenges. Especially the policy is now being reversed from childbirth, birth control to encourage people to have more children in the family. But from technological perspective, what should we do more in terms of integration with technology to encourage Thai society in order to reverse aging society? But on the other hand, we are also facing teen pregnancy, which is at the top level in ASEAN. What's your record on this before I come back to TICA? Yeah.
So I think it quite interesting to see these two extreme questions at the same time, right? We have people who seem to have a child, meaning getting pregnant too soon, too early in the process. We also having people who have a child or getting pregnant too late in the process. So getting back to this, I think if we're not just thinking about building a family as a family planning, but more of a life planning. So equip our population, our citizen with skill and decision-making ability to think and to be able to go through life, like using the life course approach. So they have and equipped with not just information, but also mean to be able to achieve their family goal. That would be helpful. But in terms of technology, I think technology is just a tool. So it should be us as a society to allow them and bring this technology into people's hands in order to achieve what people want.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sorapop. Mrs. Sasithorn, with the changing context and with the project of TICA, which has been pursuing for the past 40 years, what do you think have to be changed in order to move forward with the cooperation, especially the status of Thailand right now is to celebrate partnership, no longer recipient from UNFPA, but Thailand has to be working in partnership capacity with UNFPA. What would be the changing context of the project and what kind of cooperation you see in the future?
I think that for the family planning is already the finished task, and we are also have the more challenge in other areas of in terms of reproductive health, which we have to admit that many countries still off track in achieving the goals, and maybe we are not sure that they can keep on track and achieve their development before the year 2030. So I think we still have more room to cooperate with UNFPA. We would like to expand our cooperation to other developing countries, in other regions, because by utilizing the UNFPA network, that they have the country office in many countries, so they can connect us with other countries in other regions. And moreover, I think we can engage more private sector in our cooperation, and I think the new partners can help generate the interest and the engagement of public wider, also the media like you, because media plays a crucial role in sharing knowledge and communicates with the society and all stakeholders, so increasing the awareness. Also, we can cooperate with media and also the private sector, and I think we can find some solution with UNFPA. Maybe we have to do some research and we talk with this issue later. Yeah.
Have you got some project in mind in terms of working closely with private sector or the media? Any idea coming up?
For the private sector, well, what I want to give the example maybe is not relevant with the issue we talk about the family planning. Like we have a project with some country, developing countries, about the family planning. So we can engage with the what they call condom manufacturing company to be with us, and then we can do the project together. So we provide the technical support, and maybe they provide with the condom, something like that.
So that can be one of the ideas.
One of the options. Yeah.
Working closely with condom manufacturing company, perhaps to travel together with TICA staff to other countries in the near future.
That's an example.
Yes. I'm sure this kind of idea will be developed further. What about Dr. Kittipong? What's the cooperation you see or should be developed in the future to working closely with private sector or the media?
For the future, but I think I want to mention that what we have the issue still to be challenged. We still face with the teen pregnancy and also unwanted pregnancy. That the important reasons have a relate to the family planning. Family planning, we mentioned that have a successful story, but now we still face with the limitation of contraceptive choice and also unmet need of family planning. That may be due to the decentralization of the budget to the local authority. This family planning still have many aspects have to take in account, and also we have a challenge in growing elderly population, and also urbanization and migration also. So I think not only the cooperation between the Thailand and UNFPA, but also have to put more effort to seek more cooperation from other stakeholders.
So you see family planning, especially birth control, family planning is still very significant in Thai society, especially among teenage population because of unwanted pregnancy.
Not only teen pregnancy, not only teenager, because from our surveillance information, we have the information that unwanted pregnancy lead to seek for abortion. 50% under 25, but 50% above 25. So I think unwanted pregnancy relate to all age group or sexual active age group. So and the most important due to the access to family planning service.
Yes, and one of the issue is the activity that you have been doing to promote contraception among university students. Can you share with us your experience when you tell them importance of contraception? What's the important message that they need to learn, and what's the attitude of using contraception or using condom? What should be changed in Thai society?
Yeah. During the 5 years of my experience, I have a chance to visit to university and also in high school. I have learned a lot about the knowledge or the concern to in the aspect of how to improve the adolescent reproductive health behavior, appropriate reproductive health behaviors. For example, contraceptive knowledge, family planning knowledge, and condom use, and also how to solve the problem if they're faced with pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, and I think the target population, for example, the student open their mind to learn, but how to access to the accurate information, very important, and not barrier. Very important barrier from school, barrier from family, and also barrier from other stakeholder also. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Dr. Sorapop. In the first round, you mentioned the social perspective, especially on women, and you told us about the status of women which have changed. Dramatically, not dramatically, but quite rapidly, especially when compared with situation of men in terms of education, in terms of economic empowerment. And you see it as crucial factor that reduce the number of children in the family because women have more economic independence, having more choice. But in order to carry on with this situation, what should be doing more in terms of public policy or social policy to encourage women to have more children to sustain the future of Thai families. But on the other hand, as we emphasize many times with the issue of unwanted pregnancy, it's like two extremes at the same time happening in Thai society. What's the social issue that you see should be changed?
Yeah, thank you for the question. This is a very crucial one because this is quite unique for Thailand as a country that been through a lot of like high fertility rate and thing, right? I think we credit to the UNFPA Thailand team and the Ministry of Public Health done quite well in addressing the issue of teenage pregnancy. But if we look in terms of those people, the mainstream in the job market, in the labor market, that they really want to have a child, like to build a family, but they're afraid to do so because of a lack of mechanism or supporting system for them. So if we think about that, we as a society should create supporting system or environment that allow them, enabling them to be able to achieve what they want, right? Some simple thing like if they work in a corporate or in a working environment where there is a family supportive or family friendly policy, that can be very helpful, right? Because after they have a child, they can get back. After a few years of raising up a child, they can go back to work, re-enter to the job market. Or if we as a society be able to come up with a good infrastructure for child care, so they can be assured that if they have a child, there was a mechanism out there to help them. Something like parental leave policy, right? You can see that in the country where they are quite successful in promoting family building, family well-being, they support father to be able to take paternity leave and help out with this thing. Even in some Asian culture, they promote this kind of gender equality, like Korean men would be more attractive if they are helped out with household stuff, right? So you can see now that in Korean drama like series, they portray good-looking, attractive men to be good at doing laundry, do the kitchen stuff and other things. So this is addressing the issue that it's not women alone in going through the whole process, but we men included and society at large come together and build an ecosystem and environment that quite supportive for them.
Kun Sasithorn, I'm sure that you have seen the changing status of women in South country, the country that you have traveled to. What's the situation that you perhaps can see that the status of women, if their voice is heard much more, can help in terms of maternal health and family planning? Perhaps you can share with us some experience from other countries, from gender perspective.
I don't know, it's depends on the culture also of any countries. If they can have the regulation or something like he said, I think if the culture is remain like in Thailand, maybe the women working outside and also they have to do the homework also. But when the culture change, the situation change also, and it depends on the country. I don't know how to share, but in developed countries, the gender balance seems to be the issue that we have to look at, and I think it's a very good example that can go for that point, and it depends on the culture also.
Yes, because I imagine you have body of knowledge from Thailand, from cultural perspective from Thailand. But when applying those knowledge to other countries, perhaps you will have to adapt to suit local context or local environment.
Yeah, when we introduce something to any countries, we have to learn about their culture also. So sometimes we cannot push them to do this and that, and we have to learn about their culture, and because it's Also depend on the culture also if the project can be success or not. So if we have learn and do homework more enough, we can know that this mechanism can be applied with this country or not. So we have to learn before we provide any assistance.
Yes, surely it's not only technical knowledge. What you can add more with this perspective?
For gender, I think very important. And for example, from my experience, I think when we talk about for teen pregnancy, for example, family planning or teen pregnancy, most people just only think for women and girls. But for the success of family planning or for the success to reduce teen pregnancy, it means that we have to promote the concern from boys and also from men. So I think when we talk about any issue of health issue or I think social problem, something like that, I think boy and have to put boy and men to be or have to focus on gender, not only girl and women.
Yes, yes, that's right. That has to be conclusive policy to integrate with everyone. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this very important panel discussion, looking back to the past success stories of Thailand in providing expertise in maternal health, population and development program, and the current context, which means the future direction, the challenges ahead, and what should be changed and what should be adapted for the future, because Thailand is also facing aging society. But to move forward, perhaps some details or some future direction has to be adapted. Thank you very much for the three speakers. Actually, turn to MC.
Thank you very much to our expert panelists and moderator for an insightful discussion which took us back to the early days and also to the future of the strong partnership between TICA and Thailand and UNFPA. And please remain on stage because next I would like to invite Madam Director General of TICA, Mrs. Supatrasi Maitri Pitak, and Ms. Marcella Sowaso to the stage to present tokens of appreciation to the panelists and the moderator, please. The Deputy Director General of TICA. Dr. Kittipong Sajeng, the Director of the Bureau of Reproductive Health, Department of Health, Ministry of Public Health. Dr. Sarapop Pietpongsan, Assistant President for Research and Innovations, Chulalongkorn University. And next, Ms. Marcella Sowaso will present the token of our appreciation to Mr. Tha Gomonwatin. Thank you very much, and may I request all the panelists, moderator Madam Suaso and Director General Supatra to remain on the stage for a group photo. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to our experts, panelists, and moderator. And as we are rearranging the stage for the next session, which will be the launch of the Thailand UNFPA Solution Network for Making Motherhood Safer. May I request the participants to please remain seated. The next session, which is the launching of the UNFPA Thailand South-South Solution Network for Safe Motherhood. This newly established network of Thai institutions jointly promotes making motherhood safer initiatives to end preventable causes for maternal deaths using Thailand-based knowledge and experiences. The network also aims to strengthen the ability of participating institutions and Thailand to extend cooperation and share good practices to other countries through South-South and Triangular Cooperation Framework. There are 10 agencies and organizations from around the country in this South-South Solution Network for safe motherhood, and 6 of them are represented here with us today. Now, may I invite each representative from the institutions and agencies to proceed to the stage for the network introduction. First, representing the Faculty of Nursing, Khon University, the Dean, Assistant Professor Dr. Sawamat Kunlan Thurnadi. Next, representing the Faculty of Nursing, Chiang Mai University, the Assistant Dean for International Relations, Assistant Professor Dr. Jutharat Misukho. And may I invite to this stage, representing the Faculty of Nursing, Prince of Songkhla University, Associate Dean for Planning, Informatics, and Quality Assurance, Assistant Professor Dr. Warankana Chatchawet. Next, representing School of Nursing, Ramathipadi Hospital, Faculty of Medicine, Mahidol University, Associate Professor Dr. Renu Pukpunmi. And lastly, representing the Thailand Nursing and Midwifery Council, Assistant Professor Dr. Satrirat Thadagan. The network's agencies that are not present here with us today are the Faculty of Nursing, Mahidol University, the Bureau of Health Promotion, Department of Health, Ministry of Public Health, and lastly, the Prabaromarashnok Institute of Health Workforce, Ministry of Public Health. Up next, may I invite Assistant Professor Dr. Sawamat Kunlan Thurnadi, Dean of the Faculty of Nursing, Khon University, to speak on behalf of the network, which will also mark the launch of the network. Please, Doctor.
His Excellency Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kingdom of Thailand, Mr. Virasak Phutrakoon, Director General Thailand International Cooperation Agency, Mrs. Supatra Sri Maitri Pitak, UN Resident Coordinator and Representative for UNFPA Thailand Country Office, Ms. Deirdre Boyd, UNFPA Country Director of Thailand, Ms. Marcella Suaso, Honorable guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, UNFPA and TICA, for organizing this remarkable event, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to be a representative of UNFPA Thailand Solution Network on making motherhood safer. I would like to speak on behalf of my colleagues from the Faculty of Nursing of Khon Kaen University, Chiang Mai University, Prince of Songkhla University, Mahidol University, Ramathibodi School of Nursing, Mahidol University, and Thailand Nursing and Midwifery Council, who are current members of this optimistic networking. As academic and professional institutions, we share the same passion and do the same duties to support our experts and staffs to be able to work and share their knowledge and skills to improve quality of life of the people at both national and international levels. Today, we are off to a great start as networking. We hope that more institutions will join us so that together we will continue to build and share knowledge and skills among ourselves and carry on our duties to promote making motherhood safer in initiatives and to end preventable causes for maternal deaths. We hope our network will be part of this great endeavor to help ensure that all the mothers will get the quality care they need throughout pregnancy and childbirth so that our goal of safe motherhood can be achieved. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank you very much, Assistant Professor Dr. Sawamat Kunlan Nadi, and also thank you to all of the representatives here. And please give them another round of applause. And please remain on the stage for another group photo. I would like to invite again Director General Supatra Simitri Pitak of TICA and Ms. Marcella Suaso, the UNFPA Country Director for Thailand, onto the stage to join the representative of the network for a group photo. And also Ms. Deirdre for a group photo as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. And please give our guests another round of applause to our representative of the network and also to panelists. And that concludes the formal session of the 4th TICA Connect, celebrating 5 decades of partnership of Thailand and UNFPA. I would like to invite excellencies and participants to stay and visit the exhibition at the back and also outside of this hall and enjoy our refreshments. For the exhibition, it includes not only the UNFPA and TICA partnership, but also exhibitions from participating institutions of the network on making motherhood safer on various interesting topics. And please stay tuned for our next TICA Connect event. And before you leave today, please kindly return your headset at the front desk. Thank you and good afternoon.
Back in mid-1950s, Thailand was a very different country to what it is today. In the past, 90% of the population lived in the countryside, while the mortality rate of the Thai population was around 50 years of age. Back then, modern medicine made it possible for many more children to survive and for people to live longer. While fewer people died, however, other people continued to have an average 6 children as before. The result was the rapid population growth that adversely affected the country's development efforts. From this, family planning became a national undertaking championed by the National Research Council, as well as government, civil society organizations, and the international community. By 1964, the Ministry of Health had delivered the first national family planning program, while in 1972, the United Nations Population Fund, or UNFPA Thailand, was established. By the early 1990s, the average number of children for each woman in Thailand had reduced from 6 to 2.2. The result was beyond expectations, and Thailand impressed the world tremendously with this success. Since Thailand and UNFPA launched their cooperation, Thailand's prominent success in the social development could be seen in its policies for population and health. In 2010, Thailand led a population and housing census that counts everyone, including foreign residents and migrant workers. In 2017, Thailand works with UNFPA to propose a long-term and rights-based population policy to ensure the country to achieve a sustainable development that leaves no one behind. In terms of health, Thailand succeeded in providing the comprehensive maternal health, leading to a drastic decrease in the maternal mortality ratio from 115 per 100,000 live births in 1980 to 20 per 100,000 live births in 2015, and the higher awareness to prevent the mother-to-child transmission of HIV. This success prompts other developing countries to request Thailand's experience and expertise in supporting a safe motherhood in their country through the South-South Cooperation Framework. In the recent decades, Thailand and UNFPA has partnered in the South-South Cooperation. Through this instrument, Thailand and UNFPA support many developing countries in the areas of maternal health, family planning, HIV/AIDS, and population and development. Although Thailand has achieved great success in maternal health, there are other challenges waiting for supports from all sectors. The challenges are the aging society, low fertility, and yet the very high number of the adolescent pregnancies. In 2016, UNFPA support to Thailand has resulted in the enactment of the Act for Prevention and Solution of the Adolescent Pregnancy Problem. The Act will ensure the adolescent to enjoy the sexual and reproductive health and rights. In the coming decade, aging society and low fertility become the challenges for Thailand. UNFPA stands with Thailand to overcome these challenges and to share its success to ensure the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals within 2030 here in Thailand and around the world.